gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
You know what? You know what? What a what? We know what? What? You know what? Hurry up.
A shocking crime caught on camera as a man carrying a large gun approaches a group in Gentilly. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
Wow. So you saw how wild that was. A super gremlin on demon time approaching a group of construction workers, robbing them for their wallets and everything they had on them. This is a very serious issue because if you are robbing construction workers and these people fear for their lives and their job sites are not safe, then that is going to cause a lot of confusion and a lot of distress on the housing market, because you can obviously see this is potentially a flip or a new construction and these guys are trying to get it on the market as quick as possible. But if their workers aren't showing up because they're scared to be robbed by some of these super gremlins, then that's a major problem, and it needs to be looked at and corrected with a broad sweeping type piece of legislation to really punish people who are trying to threaten, attack, rob, whatever, jug, finesse people while they are at work, especially on these construction sites.
I'm Sharice Gibson. As you can see there, this happened in the middle of the afternoon, and not only was it scary for those workers that were robbed, it's also concerning to neighbors.
Certainly, Amelia Strahan spoke to the homeowners and has the full story.
Monday afternoon, the Benjamin Robinsons were inside their Gentilly home with no idea what was taking place right on their doorstep.
Wow, so it looks like the family was getting some work done, updates to the property. Maybe they're getting it ready for market or whatnot. But overall, it just hurts the housing value of the area when you have things like this going down. So this type of stuff has a huge impact on not only just the people who were affected in their mental state, but the economy as a whole in this area.
I went downstairs and they said we were just robbed.
Chilling doorbell video captured the moment a man walked onto the couple's porch.
You know what? You know what? What a what?
Pointed a large gun at construction workers.
Hurry up. You know what?
And demanded cash.
Money. What a money? What a money? What a money?
When one of the victims walked to the car to get her wallet,
Come get it.
the man hit her and grabbed the money before taking off.
Seeing him hit her, it was just, oh my God, why would you even do that?
Just minutes before the man was seen walking into the frame, security footage showed a white SUV passing by the house. Robinson believes that car will help police identify the suspect.
Wow, and you got these ninjas out here just cruising for a bruising, and they're looking for anybody who is a quick lick, a quick opportunity to steal from, and this is a perfect example of it. And these people feel emboldened, might I remind you, because of people like Jason Williams, Mayor LaToya Cantrell in New Orleans, and the policies that they're implementing and the ideas that they're presenting as solutions to this crime.
I feel a bit confident about what will be the next steps with them hopefully finding the individual.
During his 12 years in the home, he says he's never seen anything like this.
I wouldn't say that it makes me afraid, but it makes me more cognizant of the environment that I live in.
And when the workers return, Robinson says he and his husband, who is a therapist, will encourage them to prioritize their mental health and offer free counseling.
It's traumatic.
Wow, so this is an LGBT couple, and they obviously were seen as, or their home was seen as something that, was vulnerable. And nobody's talking about the homophobia in this. Nobody's talking about, you know, any LGBT movement or hate toward them, hate crime charges, anything like that, because it's just black on black crime. But had this been a white guy, they would have said it was a white supremacist, racist attack and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, if we're gonna paint things with broad strokes, we might as well do it in these cases too, where you have a super gremlin who pulls up, young black man pulls up with a sub rifle, right? A submachine gun damn near. And he's pointing it at what appears to be other people of color, at the residence of two gay black men. Well, I mean, that brother, he might actually be married to a white guy. We don't know, but let's just assume, let's just go out on a limb and say, yeah, it's probably two brothers, you know, living together as husband and husband, which is weird in and of itself. But this is a LGBT hate crime. But you're not going to see this on the mainstream media because it doesn't fit the narrative.
And especially to the young lady, I mean, my heart goes out to her. I wanted to give her a sense of safety as best I could. And so I hope I was able to do that.
But for now, the family is waiting for answers and trying to keep the incident in perspective.
I want money. I don't get no money. I'm gonna kill her.
I do believe in the goodness of all of us, and so I'm going to remain centered in that space. But I hope the young man is brought to justice.
In Gentilly, Amelia Strahan, WWL, Louisiana.
The robbery is still under investigation, but the homeowner tells us that police think this may be related to other similar robberies in the area. If you know anything about this or the others, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Breaking news from overnight out of Opelousas. Officers responded to the scene of a shooting late last night that left an off-duty corrections officer dead and another person seriously injured. News 10's Dawson D'Amico takes us live to the scene with more information on how the incident occurred. Dawson.
Yes, Sylvia, I'm at the 1100 block of Parks Avenue where the incident actually took place. According to St. Landry Parish Sheriff Bobby Guidros, the person who was killed in the incident was a corrections officer by the name of Chanterria Albert. She was 23 years old.
So you have another case of a young black woman who was murdered. She was a off-duty St. Landry's corrections officer, and she, you know, was serving her community in the best way that she knew possible. And she was X'd out by one of these super gremlins on demon time. See, this is a huge issue in the community that they're not talking about. We continue to speak about protecting black women, but we see time and time again, but that is just a chant. That is just, you know, some feel-good phrase that really doesn't amount to any real action. And we know because a case like this, which, you know, this woman is an off-duty police officer effectively, damn near. I mean, I know she's working as a corrections officer, but I mean, she's not far removed. She's law enforcement, point blank period, however you want to describe it. And she was killed off duty. And it potentially could have had something to do with, you know, the prison that she worked in or the jail that she worked in. But we don't know. But you don't hear anybody chanting protect black women in these cases because, you know, we know for a fact that it was another brother who did this. And that's the worst part about it. You know, this is something that we are not making enough noise about. It's something that we pretend to care about, but don't actually enact any type of substantive action. And as you guys can see, it's really getting tough for black women out here because they are being mowed down. Let's make no qualms about it.
Opelousas police received a call at about a shooting at about 10:30 last night. When they arrived, both victims were already transported to the hospital, where Albert was later pronounced dead.
And you have two people who were shot in this case. So, you know, hopefully this victim speaks up and can identify the shooters. But I mean, how many people's lives are endangered by living in the community?
Some residents in the area say they saw a black vehicle drive up to the house with its windows down and began firing at the people in front of the home.
Wow. So basic drive-by, sliding on your ops. And this is something that is par for the course in the black community. And this is something that we as a whole have come to accept. And the reason why I say that, because there's no real pushback on this activity. There is no neighborhood watch forming to defend these innocent people, you know, and it just seems like we're in a hopeless loop of violence. These super gremlins are on demon time.
And as you can see right now, we do have a shot of one of the cars that they actually took the window out of one of the truck. There was a bullet hole in there. The incident is under investigation. We will be speaking with Opelousas Police, and we will be hearing from Sheriff Bobby Guidros about Miss Chanterria and the work that she did with the sheriff's office. Live in Opelousas, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY News 10.
A family is left to grieve after 22-year-old Chanterria Mackey Alberts, a correctional deputy with the San Landry Sheriff's Office, was shot and killed Tuesday night on Park Avenue. I'm Paris Flanagan, your San Landry Parish reporter, speaking to witnesses who says the shooting has left the neighborhood on edge. The life of 22-year-old Chanterria Mackey Alberts cut short after Opelousas Police says she was killed during a shooting on Park Avenue.
It's scary living in this neighborhood. It's like people, they don't care nowadays. They'll do anything to you.
So you heard that, and this is coming from the young glider boy, and he's living in the hood. You could tell by his little accent. He in the hood, he in the streets. He's seeing what's happening every day. He's saying it's crazy. He wants to get out. He's got the Baby Yoda shirt. I mean, whew. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because he's living in a black hood, and I'm pretty sure there are probably a couple other white people in the hood that he lives in, and you just don't see them doing this to each other. But we have our men going and doing drive-by shootings on our women. Very, very upsetting.
People, they don't care nowadays. They'll do anything to you.
Mason Decker lives just a few yards from where the shooting happened.
Last night I was in my room, and then all of a sudden I heard like 30 gunshots.
Decker says crime in the area is common.
It's not nothing new. It's not nothing new. You hear shootings every day.
The Opelousas Police Department tells KTC that this marks the third homicide this year and that crime is constant. According to OPD, so far in 2024, there have been 26 shootings, including this one. Out of that 26, 7 occurred last month. In 2023, there were 84 shootings and 8 homicides. So far this year, there are 3 homicides. Joe Dupree, a spokesperson for the Opelousas Police Department, says the department is working to keep crime down, but more manpower is needed.
The governor made a clear statement that, we all are suffering from personnel shortage. So, of course, we could use more police officers, and if we had more police officers on the street. But, of course, as you know and I know, Opelousas PD in this parish is the least amount paid law enforcement agency.
It's sad to do that.
I spoke to the family of Chanterria, who did not want to go on camera at this time as it is a tough loss. They tell me that she was the life of the party and she always had a smile on her face. Reporting in Opelousas, I'm Paris Flanagan, your San Landry Parish reporter.
gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.